5 more seconds. Good evening and welcome to Rutherford County School Board May 4th regular board meeting. Our first order of business, and a particular pleasure tonight, is our Pledge of Allegiance, and it's being led tonight by these wonderful young people over here, our future Stewart's Creek Jazz Band, Stewart's Creek Middle School Jazz Band. Thank you so much. We would like to ask the audience, if you would, and our staff to join the board in a moment of silence. And tonight we'd like to remember the family of Aaron Woods, who passed away last week. He was a freshman at Oakland High School. And also remember Kim Snell's family. And Kim is in our Atlas program, works for our county schools. She has lost her father, Sidney Edwin Sandridge, passed away this afternoon. If you would join the board in a moment of silence, please. Thank you. I'll remind the audience and those watching at home that we have a work session over many of these items, and so we have already discussed a lot of them at length, and we're ready to vote on some of them. Others will be our first time tonight, of course. And the first order of business, board, is the agenda, and I need a motion to approve the agenda in a second.
So moved.
Mr. Blair, thank you. A second. Ms. Moore, thank you so much. Any comments, anything? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Approval of consent agenda. I need a motion to approve that, please.
So moved.
I think that's Mr. Hodge. A second.
Second.
Mr. Estes. Any comment? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much, board. We have one visitor. Is that right, Ms. Michaels? One visitor. Is it Ms. Nobles? Is that correct? Okay. You're welcome to come to the podium if you'd like. Remind you that you have a limit of 3 minutes. If you would give us your name and address, please, for the record, I'd appreciate it very much, and welcome.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
My name is Tricia Nobles, Nobles. Address is 3103 St. John's Drive, and that's in Murfreesboro, 37129. I'm here tonight. Well, first of all, I have 3 children. My first child went all the way through Siegel. Elementary, middle, high. He was Spectrum, graduated with honors, and went to University of Tennessee, Knoxville with honors. I love Siegel's school system. I would not change my children to private school anyway, because I grew up in tiny little Swanee, so my parents put me in St. Andrews. I have one in the middle school, which is the one I'm having a problem with, and then one still at the elementary school. As of this year, with a new teacher coming in, and I know y'all might find this silly, even because it's cheer, she was subjected to major bullying by the older girls. It started with simple stuff like pom-poms being stolen because the 6th graders had to buy new ones. The older kids would just grab them and take their names off of them and give them the old ones. This went on, and one night I was in the parking lot after a basketball game. She came to the car, we were in drive, and 2 girls came to me and banged on my car windows. My daughter, your daughter took our pom-poms. She needs to go all the way back in and get hers and bring me, hers. So that's talking, running across a whole parking lot of driving cars into the gym, pick up pom-poms. They couldn't have brought them to me and said, I think you took the wrong pom-poms. This is a couple of the girls that bad behavior has been rewarded. One of the girls got 2 weeks out of suspension. That was an immediate kick off the team. She stayed on the team. and tried out again this year for next year's team and made it. The girls that have all the bullying episodes given to the coach have not been disciplined. They were both allowed to try out again this year. They both made it. There's a score of 90 points, cheer, chant, dance, and tumbling. Neither of the two tumble, so that takes away 10 points. Now, ask me why when 6 kids from last year did not make it. 2 had been on the team for 2 years, which I feel sorry for them. They did not make it this year for their 8th grade year. And 2 girls that are not good role models made it. And they don't even tumble. They say they just want to be on the team to be popular. That's what they say. I believe this.
Ms. Nobles, obviously, I understand. I think where you're going, and I'm sympathetic, and I can assure you this board is also. But it's obviously going to take more than 3 minutes of time.
I just had a couple more points is all. That's okay.
If you would like, for first of all, as you can see, we have a lengthy agenda tonight, but you're absolutely
Yes, sir.
welcome to stay, and I'll be glad to stay and talk with you
Thank
if you
you,
wish.
sir. One of your other board members have also said that, so I do appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Well, you're welcome to email me
You know,
if you
if
want.
nobody else is going to stand up for my kid, I have to.
Understood. Absolutely understood. And the director, who's immediately to my right, shares that. And you're welcome to email any of us or all of us if you wish. Any way you'd like to communicate will be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you. Mr. Director, we have some recognitions tonight, and I see one of them sitting over there in a coat and tie tonight. He's looking very nice, isn't he?
We do. We have Mr. Ryan Nance, who is a newly appointed principal at Riverdale High School. Want to come up so we can see? Congratulations. Mr. Nance is not an unfamiliar face before this board because he's attended for several years now, actually.
Yes, sir.
He's been in through.
Yes, I'm going over 5 years. I've been up here at school board meetings, so you're right. It's definitely familiar territory for me. I appreciate Mr. Odom giving me the opportunity to lead Riverdale. I'm excited to get to lead the greatest student body and faculty in the state of Tennessee, and we say that every day to our students, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Riverdale is a unique place, and we'll have a lot of fun, but we're going to work hard at it. So I appreciate the opportunity because, like I said, we're going to strive for excellence in everything that we do.
Board, you want to say anything to Mr. Nance? He's got a big job.
Mr. Odom, I think he needs to continue to come, even though he got the promotion.
There'll be no doubt in that. I will definitely still attend.
Thank you, Mr. Nance.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Mr. LaTony Murray to come up to the stand also. He is our Stewart's Creek Middle School principal. These students will certainly recognize him this evening. He received the Outstanding Administrator Award from the Tennessee Music Education Association. This group didn't have anything to do with that, did they, Mr. Murray? To do that? Well, congratulations to you, because I know you received a plaque. Will you please do the honor of introducing this band for us tonight, because they're next on our agenda as a spotlight on education this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you, board. Thank you, Mr. Odom, for recognizing. We're so delighted, along with Mr. Young and Ms. Wang, our assistant principals who are here. We approach everything as a team, and we're so delighted to be before you today and excited about what you're about to hear, because it is an outstanding band. So I want to introduce our band director who's opened the school. This is our 11th year at Stewart's Creek Middle School. He's been there the entire time. He's recognized nationally. He's recognized, with the TMA. He's very involved with that. We're very involved with all of our Stewart's Creek campuses. So I'm going to ask Mr. Andrew Lynn to come in, and he'll do the honors of introducing and explaining exactly everything we're going to experience tonight.
Well, thank you, Mr. Murray, and good evening, Mr. Odom and Mr. Jordan and all our board members, and we appreciate you inviting us to be here tonight. I also want to share a hello from Miss Jasmine Jordan. She's our other band director that we share with Siegel Middle School. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight because Siegel Middle School is having their spring band concert, so she's over there doing that. We also have with us tonight Miss Catherine Betts. She's a student teacher that had a unique setup where she got to student teach at Stewart's Creek Middle and High School throughout the entire semester working with the bands. And she's right back here from MTSU, so if you'd welcome her. Great. But if you don't mind me telling you just a little bit about what the band has done, on April 6th, our Stewart's Creek Middle School 7th and 8th grade advanced band performed for the Tennessee Music Education Association Professional Development Conference at the Opryland Hotel. At this conference, the music teachers from all across the state come to improve their skills as educators and be inspired by outstanding student performances. The performing ensembles are selected by a committee of music educators who meet during the previous summer to listen to submitted audition recordings from middle school, high school, and collegiate ensembles from across Tennessee. This year, the Stewart's Creek Middle School Band was the only middle school band selected to perform at the conference. This was actually our second time performing for this event. We played back in 2013 when it was held in Chattanooga. Our 7th and 8th grade advanced concert band was who performed the concert. That consists of 120 of our band members. And we've given you each a copy tonight of the program from that concert. And as you can tell from that, this was just a huge undertaking, lots of people involved to make this happen. And we are just real proud that these students got to represent Rutherford County Schools, the town of Smyrna, and of course our Stewart's Creek campus. We also before we played tonight, wanted to thank Mr. Aaron Holliday. He attended our concert, as well as Mr. James Evans and Keith Cartwright. And our parents and our students really appreciated seeing that support from Rutherford County Schools. And to be honest, that made a huge statement even to all those music educators that were in the room about how supportive Rutherford County Schools is of the fine arts. I think it really made quite a statement that day. We also want to thank Miss Lindsay Halford, our new Rutherford County Schools Coordinator of Fine Arts. She helped the students, came into rehearsals and helped them prepare for the concert, and she also served as one of our guest conductors that day, so we were glad to have her. I do want to just brag on our principal for a minute, Mr. Murray, in getting this award. This is a huge honor to get this from the Tennessee Music Education Association. And he's just super supportive of the band program, and he just doesn't say that. The decisions he makes with scheduling and the things he allows us to do and for the band really support those words when he says he's behind the band. And I think he truly understands that a solid music program can be the backbone of a great school. He believes that, and we know that these students, by what they get to do and sharing their passion and learning what they do in band, they really buy into their education, and you see that in our school with all these students. So we're just super proud that Mr. Murray got that and supports us, and we're just thrilled that he was recognized with that honor. So, are you ready for us to play for you? This is our Stewart's Creek Middle School Jazz Band. Of course, this is not the group that played at the conference. We couldn't get them all in the room tonight, but we wanted to bring a few of them and play some jazz music for you. So we've got two selections prepared, if that's okay. The first one is a tune called All of Me, and it's going to have a solo featuring Max Dower, wave over there, Max, on trumpet. And then we're going to do an old favorite called Malaguena, and you'll hear Max Dower again on trumpet, and then Tia Giorgio, on the alto sax. So we hope you enjoy our Stewart's Creek Middle School Jazz Band.
If people like what they hear tonight and want to hear you again, aren't you? And maybe is it
we are
Saturday,
the Murfreesboro Main Street Jazz Fest. Lots of great groups that day. The Stewart's Creek Middle School Jazz Group is scheduled to play at 11:30 on Jazz Fest. So come out and check them out. I should also mention that Max is a seventh grader.
Chairman, I think they might have one more that they could play if they were inclined. Encore? Encore? Mr. Chairman?
Oh, please.
It's called Blue Bossa, and it's got bongo solo by C.J. Lake, and then we're also going to feature Tia Giorgio again on alto sax.
if you all just hold your places for just a minute. Reminding you, first of all, I believe this will replay. You can see it on YouTube at any time. It will replay in the morning on Channel 19, usually at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you wanted to see, also the Murfreesboro Post is here. It'll be out Monday night, Tuesday morning. And I don't know what pictures he took, but I saw him taking pictures, so you're going to see something there. Also, I believe either Channel 3 or Channel 19 or both of them carry the entire jazz. I believe the whole weekend is replayed, so you'll be able to see yourself. And I'll remind the audience, we're going to take a break so that they can gather all this equipment and whatnot. But I want to remind you that tomorrow is Jazz Fest on our public square. 8 schools will tomorrow, beginning at 6 in the evening. There are 40-minute interviews with all Rutherford County schools. And then Saturday, I believe it starts at 10, and you've already said you all are 11:30. There'll be 13 schools that day, and 9 of them are Rutherford County schools, and that'll run all day Saturday. And then there's also a number of different schools, but I don't think there's any Rutherford County schools in the afternoon on Saturday afternoon. So I think they've got it, and there's 2 stages. And you all will be on the Kroger stage, I believe, if this is correct. So that's 11:30 on Saturday morning. So I think that's terrific. Board, do you have any comments other than the obvious? So that was absolutely terrific.
I just want to highlight that Mr. Lynn did such a nice job at the TMEA performance. I was particularly impressed, and I think I've shared this with the board before, but if I were the director of these young people, I don't think I would ever give up the podium. And Mr. Lynn just graciously shared the podium with Miss Jasmine Jordan, but also Lindsay Halford, and also Josh Nelson, a percussion instructor. And that percussion instructor of note, many of these students are spending classroom time, but they're also spending time in private lessons. And I know that there's a way that we can accomplish great things, and then there's that little bit extra. And moms and dads and band boosters are giving that little bit extra, and it matters so much because the performance is extraordinary. Malaguena was my high school performance, junior year of my high school. So you guys have already conquered it at the junior high level. Great job.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say they're already amazing. How much better they're going to get. So it is off the scale to me how talented these young people are, and their parents and other stakeholders are just so very proud as this board. So again, thank you, and keep up the good work, ladies and gentlemen.
I would encourage the audience to go to Jazz Fest if you can, and you will be convinced, as I usually am there, that you hear somebody and they're absolutely terrific, and you think, well, it doesn't get any better than that, and then somebody else comes along right behind them, and they're terrific too, and it's really amazing what our young people have accomplished and their leadership, and I know, Mr. Murray, you've got to be very, very proud of these youngsters. I know you are. I can tell. Board, any further comment?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to
Yes.
say, I was just sitting here thinking, 'cause I grew up in a music home and have been around a lot of music over the years, and I was just sitting here thinking as you guys were playing that if I had been listening to you and couldn't physically be here to see you playing, never in a million years would I have guessed that this was a group of middle schoolers. You guys absolutely blew me away, and you need to continue doing what you're doing. Your music is going to be such an important part of your life, and I know that you already know that. And Dr. Lynn, bravo.
Mr. Murray, what instrument do you play? I was thinking about one of those in the corner, but I don't think I could even do that. So.
Mr. Chairman, we're going to have to up our game at board meetings.
I think so.
All the foot patting and heads nodding out there that I saw tonight.
I agree.
made a difference.
It was absolutely fabulous. I know this board thoroughly enjoys it, and we get to do this sort of thing with various groups, drama groups, athletic teams, and jazz bands and chorus, and over the course of the year. And it's always such a pleasure for us, and we're always just so very proud to see what opportunities for young people can result in, and good leadership as well. We're going to take about a 5-minute break here because their bus is pulled up, and I assume they've got places to go and things to do. So you pried them with food, did you? Well, that's the way to get to there. Okay, that's good. Board member, don't go too far away. We're going to take about a 5-minute break here and perhaps congratulate these young people. That was terrific. Fabulous. I don't know if we can follow that with anything better than that. I'm pretty sure we can't. But we're ready for number 9, Mr. Director.
This is under old business. This is the rezoning for Buchanan Estates area extension. We have been notified that Buchanan Estates will be extended to include previously undeveloped area. Since our current zone includes Buchanan Estates in the Buchanan Elementary School zone and the undeveloped section in the Christiana Elementary School zone, it is recommended that the to-be-developed section of Buchanan Estates area also be included in the Buchanan Elementary School zone. As a better utilization of transportation service, it's also recommended that the Brickyard Court and Daytona Court be included in the Buchanan Elementary Zone. Recommend approval. The motion is to extend the Buchanan Elementary School Zone to include the developing section of Buchanan Estates and adjacent identified areas as presented. And board members, you have before you the top map is today's zone. If you look at our zone today, this is what it would be. And the area that's in the blue area, basically the undeveloped section, is the one that we're going to add to it. The second map, then, it would include the revised zone. We sent letters by regular mail and certified mail. Attendance identified 11 students that would probably be, based on their address, that would be in this area. And, Mr. Chairman, we did ask them if parents would like to come tonight. They certainly may address the board this evening before we...
And before we take a motion, is there anybody here that would like to speak to that? I didn't see anyone, and no one mentioned it, but now would be the time. And I don't think so. Do we have? No, we have looked at this really 3 times. Is there any other questions that we need to ask concerning it?
Mr. Chairman, I'll just echo again, since the other night, that since both of these schools fall within my zone, and I have not been contacted by any parents or constituents regarding any concerns at all about this zoning.
I need a motion to approve then. Or have you read the full
I
motion?
did read the motion. You may read it again.
No, I think we're all right.
Move for approval.
Thank you, Mr. Holliday. Second?
Second.
Ms. Moore, thank you. Any comment? I guess not. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Number 10, naming of new high school in Rockvale.
A committee was appointed to recommend a name for the new high school in Rockvale. This committee met on April 19th, 2017 at the office of Robert Farris. All community members on the committee previously attended Rockvale School. Committee members are as follows: Wayne Blair, which is our board member; Pettis Reed, County Commissioner; Robert Farris, community member; Jim Thompson, community member; Homer Brown, community member; Denise Carlton's a community member; and Barbara Clark, a community member, but she was unable to attend. Then Ronald Williams is a community member and a former county commissioner. The history of Rockvale School was discussed. Rockvale High School was consolidated into Riverdale High. The Rockvale Community Consolidated School existed from 1927 to 1993. Rockvale's mascot, the Rockets, was developed during World War II. The recommended approval of the motion is to name the new high school Rockvale High School, with the mascot being the Rockets and the school colors blue, which is MTSU colors, and white.
Mr. Blair.
Is it appropriate, Mr. Chairman, since I chaired this committee, that I can make a motion to approve?
I think absolutely so.
Okay, I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second to that? Second. I believe that was Mr. Hodge. Any comments? I know Mr. Blair's got a little bit more he wants to tell us about this, but not this specific motion. Anything else? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? There is none. Mr. Blair.
I was hopeful, John, are we going to be able to, okay. If you'll look at the screen, you'll see some artwork that was developed by Commissioner Pettis Reed's son, and I think most of the board members have had an opportunity to look at this, and as you can tell, it's professionally done, and I think it'll be of great use to the administration of the new Rockvale High School. The artwork is being donated by the Reed family, who has a long history with the Rockvale community and Rockvale schools. Mr. Reed's mother, I believe, was the cafeteria manager for over 30 years at Rockville School, and other family members were involved. I think his dad drove a school bus, and his uncle was principal at Rockville at one time. Is that correct, Mr.?
Yes, I didn't know it was his uncle, but yes, I did too, because he spoke at it and gave the eulogy at his funeral.
So again, the Reed family has donated this artwork, and I think it'll save the board and Rockville High School some money, and grateful for the community members that attended, and we talked about the history of the Rockville community and the Rockville schools. So grateful for their input, and thank to the board for approving what the committee had recommended.
Appreciate those committee members who served as well. And Mr. Blair, I appreciate your chairing that committee. The rocket itself and the other material there, of course, it'll be a year or so before principal is named, but I look forward to it. And ironically, Mr. Clardy can probably tell us, but we're right on top of the bidding, and the process is about underway, isn't it?
Yes, the plans are out. They'll be out for about 20 days or so, and we have a lot of interest in this particular school. We've got a company out of Chicago that's wanting to bid. We've got one out of Florida that's going to bid. So, and I think it's around the 25th is when it bids. So we're looking forward to getting those in and getting it started.
Okay. Number 11.
Did we need to vote? Did we vote?
We did vote.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, number 11 is dismissal of tenured teacher. The board has been provided with a memorandum containing charges against Jacqueline Sweeney, who is a tenured teacher at Christiana Elementary School. If the board sustains these charges, Ms. Sweeney will be presented with a copy of the charges and a statement of her rights under Tennessee law. Recommend approval. The motion is to sustain the charges against Jacqueline Sweeney as presented.
Comments from anyone?
Make the motion as presented.
A second? Second. I believe Mr. Estes beat you to it there, Mr. Blair. Any comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Number 12.
Number 12, you have a student discipline appeal. The board has been requested to review the April 21st, 2017 decision of the Disciplinary Hearing Authority to uphold the remandment of a student from Blackman High School to Smyrna West Alternative School. This review is pursuant to policy 6.317, and the board may A, affirm the decision of the DHA, or modify the decision to a lesser penalty, or grant a hearing before the board.
Mr. Chairman, I move to affirm the decision.
Thank you, Mr. Blair. A second?
Second.
Mr. Young, thank you. Any comments? All in favor, please say aye. 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 Opposed? There is none. Number 13.
Number 13 is job descriptions. We discussed some job descriptions that were in our budget the other night. I think the one that we discussed a little bit the most was Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources and Student Services. And so basically I've changed that one, and if it's okay with everyone, we'll reissue that for another 2 weeks. The real change in the qualifications was the section removed. Pretty much everything was there except I think maybe, well, really everything that was in the other one. It says hold the minimum of a master's degree in human resources, business, or organizational development, doctor of jurisprudence, licensure with endorsement, administration, supervision, or the equivalent. The reason we say kind of the equivalent, sometimes different universities put different titles on certain degrees, and so you have to kind of take a look at that. And then a minimum of 5 years of progressive leadership experience in one of the above degree programs. Then we also added in the, I think the last part of some of the essential duties that we do have expectation also that they attend specialized trainings related to employment law, compensation, benefits areas, organizational planning and development, and employee relations. So this kind of opens our door wider for whom may apply for our new Human Resources and Student Services position.
Tomorrow is the 5th, so this will run out on
We'll go
the
2 more
19th.
We'll go 2 more weeks. We'll add tomorrow, probably post the new tomorrow, and then the Friday, 2 weeks later. Apply.
If I could ask, licensure with endorsement and administrative or administration supervision, or that one, is that the teaching license?
Have you got an old copy or something?
I don't.
Mine doesn't read that way.
Should have been a new one at your desk.
Well, the minimum of master's degree in human resources, business or organizational development, doctor of jurisprudence, licensure with endorsement in administration.
Well, it's a comma or. That's really or licensure with endorsement, administration, supervision, or equivalent.
Okay. Is that licensure, is that a teaching certificate?
It would be if they are carrying administration, supervision, or equivalent.
Okay.
They wouldn't necessarily have that if they have the master's degree in human resources or business organization development or doctor of jurisprudence. We're not requiring you to have a Tennessee teaching license to apply.
But that's not, that licensure, that's not in reference to any other type of license. I mean, it's not an engineering license or something like that. It's a teaching license, right?
Yes, it's licensure with endorsement, administration, supervision. I mean, you need, what we're saying is that if you're in administration supervision, you need licensure for that.
Okay. I guess I just don't see that that is a specific reference to the education profession. Maybe that's understood. I just think that from where we came from, knowledge of and familiarity with the educational field is certainly as relevant to spell out as.
What if I add endorsement in educational administration, supervision, or equivalent?
Yeah, and, in the profession, you guys may understand that completely. It's confused me a little bit, but if you
Okay.
say, oh, yeah, that's exactly what we all know what that means, then that's fine. I'm not as familiar with the terminology. So if if all the educators know what that means, then I'm comfortable with it. Okay.
I will insert the word educational. That's,
Okay.
if you have a question, someone else might also.
Mr. Hodge?
I just want to tell you, Mr. Odom, I appreciate you taking a look at this
Thank
and making these changes.
Anyone else? This doesn't require a vote of any type. Thank you, Mr. Odom. Board, anything else on that? If not, we'll move on. Anything on insurance additional? Okay, thank you, Ms. Barnes. Ms. Barnes is all over the internet today, if you haven't seen it. It's a terrific picture. I'm embarrassing you, aren't I? Good. This is your payment for retiring, okay? Well, Mr. Cartwright over here did a terrific job on the internet material that he always does, and it's appreciated. Mr. Odom, director's update, anything?
Really, the information that came out today about the CTE Mechatronics program winning a national award, and that's been pushed out to the media. You saw it, so we'll try to bring in maybe at our next, if everybody can make it, our next board meeting, and bring them to the forefront too for this particular honor. So that's outstanding. Another thing that I received late this afternoon, made you a copy, and I can, of course, I know a lot of you read your emails on the phone, so it'd be even worse, but I made a copy of, we finished Monday night, the Administrators Academy for this year, and it was an anonymous, so across the top of that was, they were asked to respond to these. How many total sessions did we have? I forgot. It's been going on for about 3 months, I guess, and meeting for that. So I found the comments they made in some of those last columns interesting, but this is our Administrators Academy, so when you have time, take a look, see what they said about it.
Anything else, Mr. Director?
No, sir.
Ms. Moore, has the gavel fallen on the hill? Are we safe? Not yet? You have anything additional from
No
legislature?
update. No update this evening, Mr.
Okay.
They had budget problems today, though, I read. They couldn't come to had a slew of amendments to the budget file today. It stopped everything right now, so I don't know what's going on.
Mr. Holliday, anything from Potomac River?
We're good as presented.
Okay. Any discussion by board members on any topic? Okay, I guess not. I thoroughly enjoyed the jazz band. That was terrific. It's been a really an interesting week, hasn't it? And they topped it off. That was really fun, wasn't it? It really was.
We've had a history of really good middle school bands, jazz bands. I'll tell you something. I came out this afternoon, walked out the door, and Tom Delbridge had come around the corner and looked. He heard that music. Siegel has also in the past had outstanding jazz band. They had one girl, I remember, it's been a decade ago, I don't know where she is, but Tom Delbridge knew her name immediately, recalled her, and so he said, I just came out to hear it again. It brought such good memories back of hearing that jazz band. And if you heard it tonight, they have, I believe they're going to do a CD, and it would be for sale, I think, as part of their little fundraising at the school. So that should be available. I think he said a couple of weeks, am I right? Something like that? Okay.
If nothing else, Ms. Michaels, I believe the 11th is the next time we get together, which is budget, right? And that'll probably be a brief meeting. I think we're in pretty good shape. I did happen to run into Ms. Nolan today, and she was very complimentary of our budget to this point and how the process was actually going. Of course, we have a joint meeting with them later on this month, so looking forward to that. But the 11th is the next time we'll get together, and that will be budget. And I think we can go home if y'all are okay. Thank you so much. We are adjourned.